everybody. My name is Emma Gross, and I did Project Hope. What is Project Hope? Hope is defined as a feeling of trust in what is to come. So I wanted to create a project that kind of focused on that feeling. And so I want you all to kind of think about the first time you've ever held a book. That you ever knew that book was yours or read a book for the first time all the way through. That feeling is an outstanding feeling. I mean, I know that when I had my favorite books when I was little, or those books that we all remember reading, like Arthur or anything like that. We all, Clifford, we all had those moments. But for many kids in the state of South Carolina, they've never had that feeling of having their own book, holding it, recognizing that it's theirs. And so I wanted to create a program centered around book bags filled with school supplies, but most importantly filled with books. So ultimately, I wanted children to know everything in the bags was theirs to keep. So the power of a book. During the summer EPL program, I had huge aspirations. I'm talking I wanted to create a school program that could conquer the world, but I think through EPL, I realized I have to be grounded. I have to recognize that I'm one person, I'm a high school student, and there's only so much I can do, but I just need to realize that those things may not be conquering the world now, but I can do them later. So that's kind of what I recognized throughout this process, is finding people that are willing to work with high school students and willing to recognize what I can do on my own with my peers. And I think that's something that needs to be recognized through EPL, and that's what I definitely recognized. So I'm going to take you through my timeline because it's kind of going to help what I just said. On August 5th, I contacted St. Anthony's of Padua School, and I go to a Catholic school, so I kind of immediately thought I can work with them. They're going to be very willing. They're going to be so open to my idea of this after-school program. That was my first idea, was the after-school program. And when I sat down with the principal of St. Anthony's, she kind of did a step-by-step of everything I would have to do. And it was I would have to go through 3 or 4 trainings. Everyone who was going to help me with the after-school program would have to go through all those trainings with me. And then I would have to set up a very strict curriculum that she would approve of. And I'm sitting there, and I got so overwhelmed. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I walked out of there, looked at my mom, and was like, how am I going to finish this project? It's not going to get done, and I am going to contact Melanie and be like, I can't do it. So I knew that that kind of rooted me in realizing, okay, maybe the school curriculum and the after-school program is going to have to take a step back. So the next place I went was the Middle Tiger Community Center. My dad's a board member there, and so it kind of created this easy access point to talk to their executive director. And she couldn't help me directly with setting up with the school program, but she definitely rooted me. She helped me to think of the stuffing the book bags or creating books with children that they know that they're their own. And the reason why she couldn't help me is Middle Tiger doesn't have a set group of kids that comes there every day. They don't really have kids. The only time they have kids is in the summer. So she was a great point for me to get rooted again. So then I found GAIHN. GAIHN is the Greenville Area Interfaith Hospitality Network. And this program definitely focuses on those families who are struggling. And their mission statement just really encompasses everything that they do. GAIHN is to assist local congregations to share hospitality in the form of emergency shelter, meals, and short-term housing with homeless families that include children, and to help those families achieve self-sufficiency and self-fulfillment. So on August 30th, after talking to my advisor, who went to Furman and knew that knew a contact at GAIHN, she set me up with Tony McDade. And Tony McDade is just an amazing person. He helped me. He would sit there and listen to all my ideas. We had 6 or 7 meetings. He's like, Emma, is that possible? Can you really do that? Let's think of things that we can do together that really work. So what he helped me do was he wanted to do an after-school program. But that kind of ran into another issue similar to the Middle Tiger Community Center, where they don't have set kids that are always there. And I could go to their homes, but my peers weren't necessarily comfortable with that. So the next idea was to fill those book bags. And so what we ended up doing, we ended up partnering with the National English Honor Society at our school and collected school supplies in the fall. And then January, February, March, we collected books. So we collected easily about 115 to 120 books, endless amounts of school supplies, and on March 15th, we stuffed those book bags. I used some money from EPL to get book bags that weren't donated, but we collected Crayola crayons, color pencils, scissors, erasers, glue, and everything that a child would need in that book bag, as well as putting books in them. So what I personally did is before March 15th, I grabbed all the books and I kind of said this is for kindergarten, this is for 7th grade. And then I labeled the book bags and I said this is a 2nd grader's book bag. So when on March 15th, when people came in to help me stuff those bags, they knew, okay, a 1st grader, here's the stack of books, here's what needs to be inside, because I created a note card, which is in one of my pictures, that said glue sticks, one had crayons, an eraser, and then they would stuff them individually. So that was through the help of the National English Honor Society. They helped me on March 15th to stuff these book bags. So here's pictures from the event, and that's like an example of a note card for like a 4th grader. And these were some of the books that we had and what would be put in the book bag. And ultimately, at the end, we had about 45 book bags that were donated to GAIHN that they said they would give at their Easter event, which is an Easter egg hunt, and they were going to give them to the kids because at this time, they don't have anything left. Like if you think about crayons, they're broken, or you have to sharpen them, and color pencils have been lost. And so although it's the end of the school year, it's going to be a good kind of pick-me-up to get them through and know that they can have school supplies that maybe easily other kids can get from their parents, like 3 boxes of crayons. And then this was their thank you note that they sent me and to my school for helping them.